Hej allihopa och välkommen till En Svensk Reagerar. Hoppas alla har haft en bra helg och även en fin alla hjärtans dag igår. Kanske fick några fina rosor eller god choklad eller någonting. Ny vecka och vi startar väl med en tisdagsvideo. Jag tycker att vi kör med kanalen Gilla igen. Vi ska köra en video eller se en video som heter 30 Scary Videos that will wake you up tonight. Och jag hoppas inte det faller för jag vill gärna sova lite grann tills jag ska upp och jobba imorgon bitti. Så att hoppas det stannar för er. I övrigt, ta på dig en filt, ett täcke och släck belysningen och höj volymen och så drar vi igång bara. Ingenting att vänta på, 3 djupa bara. Nu kör vi! Då så hörni, då tycker jag vi kör igång bara.
Coming up in this video.
Inte kika.
Do you need a good night's sleep? Then find something else to watch because these 30 scary videos will wake you up tonight. Number 30,
Oh, då kör vi.
Escaping the Lions. Nature can be beautiful. It can also be gruesome. Published by Rex Schaller in July of 2019, these unhappy campers had some fearsome creatures stalking their campground at night. The scary footage shows a man peeking his head outside his tent, only to spy an enormous lion creeping past. He quickly re-zips the tent flap, turns off the light, and lays flat inside the tent.
Hey kitty kitty kitty. Hey kitty kitty kitty.
This seems to alert another lioness, who leaps through the ropes
De där kisskatterna var lite större. Jag kan fortfarande ta in dem i tältet kanske. Vad mysigt.
of the tent area, while the big lion calmly looks on. The pair of lions stalk past the tents. The lion paces back and forth, eager for their meal to be plated, while the lioness reclines, waiting patiently. After a moment, another massive lion shows up. For some reason, one of the campers keeps peeking his head out of the tent, which disturbs the big lion, who manages to knock the roof's cover down over the tent flap. The lions continue to stalk them, even pawing at the tent aggressively and pulling on the poles with its massive claws. The lion grows more and more aggravated and aggressive. Finally, the pair appear to become bored and wander off into the night. Many in the comments say these campers were lucky the lions were only curious, not hungry. Others note how the zipper somehow gave them a sense of security, when that was probably never the case. One thing's for sure though, these unhappy campers didn't get a wink of sleep that night. Number 29, child at the door. What would you do if a child showed up at your doorstep at night? Posted to TikTok by Shane King 85. Who said it was from his neighbor's security camera. This Ring video was captured at 3:30 in the morning. The video looks outside onto the front doorstep. A young girl in a nightgown walks up to the door and knocks, looking into a side window. It appears she is alone, although some have said they see someone lurking in the darkness behind her. After peeking in at the other side of the door, the girl runs off after an alarm detects motion. She wanders into the darkness. Most everyone in the comments tells the TikToker to call 911. Others think that it could have been a setup. Was this girl in trouble of some kind? Or was someone nefarious using her as a decoy to try and break into the home? It's certainly a scary thought in my opinion. But maybe it's neither. Perhaps it was just a case of ding dong ditch. Number 20.
Eller så kan det vara så att det har hänt någonting med någon utav föräldrarna hennes. Kan också vara.
28, face in the window. This eerie video has me doing a double take, published by Spot You Like in April of 2008. This scary clip is filmed outside the stunning New York Minster. The bells are ringing and the cameraman is taking it all in.
Läckert.
He scans the cathedral and then starts walking toward it. A shot later, he is continuing on his way down a narrow shop lane. While the bells continue to sound, shops line either side of the street. But watch what happens in the upper window to the left. The cameraman zooms in on the ghostly pale face of a small child looking out the window.
Meet Editor X, the world's most advanced website design platform, made for you.
What
The child's eyes are dark and inky.
Hur creepy är inte det där då? Kan ju vara en mask också, men svårt att tänka mig att någon med mask bara går fram så. Fy fasen.
And its face, mask-like. As the camera zooms, the child disappears. The uploader notes that the house is called the Belfry and was built in the 17th century. Some in the comments claim to have stayed there and say that it has seriously spooky vibes. Is this the thing putting out those vibes? I'd say it's a pretty good chance. Number 27, Crawling Creature. What do you make of the creature in this creepy video? Published in June of 2017, a car is driving through a desert when it slows to a stop. Some animals appear in the area near a fence. From far off, they look like they could be anything. Cows, dogs, the video is unclear, but as the camera zooms in and the car backs up and then turns around to get an unobstructed view, we see that at least one of the creatures looks like something from a horror movie. It almost looks like a humanoid doing a bear crawl, but I can't imagine a human being able to pull that off for as long as this creature does. The way it moves is not characteristic of any animal. It's unnatural. The creature continues on, trotting alongside the other.
Synd att kameran är så jäkla dålig. Ser nästan ut som ben i bakom. Alltså foten. Jävla creepy.
Animals. Is this human, humanoid, animal, or some other unknown? It definitely is something I've never seen before. Number 26.
Om det inte var en apa i och för sig. De är ju lite högre bak benen. De får ju så att rumpan sticker upp lite grann.
Leopard leaping. If you've ever worked night security, human activity is likely the most you've ever had to worry about. Working security in India is another story. Published by World of Wildlife and More in January of 2018. This security guard couldn't believe his eyes when he encountered a big cat roaming the Mumbai neighborhood at night. Captured at nearly 1 in the morning, the security guard is seen sitting on a plastic chair, probably trying his best to keep awake. The street is quiet. Just as the car approaches, so does an enormous leopard. The big cat looks like he's aiming toward the guard, but as he sees the car's light, the leopard rushes across the street instead and leaps up and out of sight. Wrapped in a blanket, the security guard goes to check it out, likely thinking he dozed off and was imagining things. After looking for the cat for a moment, the security guard walks off camera and returns with a big stick. The video ends before viewers see if he was forced to use it, but hopefully the leopard didn't stick around. The man was lucky the car showed up just in time. He could have been that leopard's lunch. Number 25, Graveyard Ritual. This witch is up to no good. Published by Zona Paranormal Veracruz in December of 2021. This scary video starts with a flash.
Whoa!
While in this graveyard, the man appears to have happened upon a ritual being performed.
Por Dios santo. No puedo prender la linterna, no puedo prender nada. Arriba.
Det är 2 stycken här, det sitter en till här.
A figure is speaking and making this fire come to life.
Arriba del árbol. Escúchalo.
Later, amongst the mausoleums, the man hears that strange voice again in the darkness.
Acá.
followed shortly by a high-pitched, sing-song voice.
Ven. No se quiere.
The man then falls forward hard, pushed by an unseen force. He sees a ghostly figure from a distance approaching him. And then it's too close for comfort. The fire is blazing again, and a
Jag hade ju inte ens gått in på den där kyrkan nu. Även om jag hade hört det där. Bara för man är nyfiken. Aldrig i mitt liv.
upon approaching the fading flames, the cameraman sees a witchy woman hunched over, departing.
Señora, solo vengo a explorar, no vengo a hacer daño. Allá adentro unas sombras. Allá adentro, allá adentro.
What sort of ritual was this witch performing? This cameraman might find out in his days to come. Number 24. Creepy creature. Want to see the power of a piranha up close? Posted to TikTok by The King Horror. This creepy video shows a bouquet of piranha and their chompers at work. One of the piranhas is shown biting at a crab's claw. With ease, the fish snaps onto the claw, which is no match for it. When the claw is pulled away, the piranha's terrifying mouth continues to gape open. Piranhas have a bite force of up to 320 newtons. That's nearly 3 times stronger than that of an American alligator or a great white shark, so I definitely wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of this fish's bite.
Nope.
Number 23. Nurse Phantom. Is this phantom nurse here to heal you or to hurt you? Published by Luan Mendez in May of 2020. Luan and his crew are exploring an abandoned hospital whose staff hasn't really left. Wandering the halls, they seem to turn down one hallway where they seem to spot something skulking in the darkness. The thing must have disappeared, so they move on, continuing in their search, and that's when they see her, Nurse Ratchet.
Oh. Jesus.
They race away as fast as they can, and one of the crew falls unexpectedly to the ground. It almost looks like he was clotheslined by something invisible. The crew manages to make it out of the hospital alive, and that's no thanks to the creepy phantom nurse. Number 22. Don't close.
Det här tror jag var ganska påhittat. Såg ut som det med kistan i början och ramla väldigt, väldigt märkligt. Men det är min uppfattning.
Close the door. Is this the work of the legendary magician Hashina? Published in September of 2021. This scary video is tantalizing. Well, I don't have the full context. The short clip shows some men sitting around a room. Some of the men are chanting. What are they trying to do? Exorcise someone of a possession? I'm not sure. But as the group sits there, a creepy shadow figure emerges from behind a door's fogged glass window. It rises, and there doesn't seem to be enough room behind the door for something to remain otherwise hidden. What's going on here? Is it some sort of ritual? Don't close your eyes, because when you wake up tonight, this thing will be waiting for you. Number 21. Highway Tornado. You Can Run, But You Can't Hide. Published by WFLA in January of 2022. This scary video shows that danger will come for you when you least expect it. The video shows a police car driving down a Florida road, his siren blaring. A storm is brewing outside and a tornado is seen forming in the clouds to the left. The policeman turns down the road toward the twister, reporting the tornado's whereabouts over his radio. As he drives toward it,
I've shut down 41 in Collier right now. It's getting ready to cross over 41.
Ska nog vara glad att vi inte har den där sizen på tornados här i Sverige. För vi har, det vet jag att vi har, men det är ju väldigt små. Oftast är de inland, så är de ute efter havet. Eller Östersjön, vet jag. Men tänk dig storleken på det här, så det är sjukt. Förstår ju hela jävla städer.
Stand by.
Grymt.
It's going over. It looks like Wawa.
There are other cars on the road traveling in both directions. The enormous twister makes its way across the highway and traffic pulls to a stop. After a while, the tornado dissipates.
The causing damage. I can't tell yet. I'm trying to get these cars to stop.
This was one of the multiple tornadoes spotted in the area that morning. 28 homes were destroyed, while 62 more were damaged, making them unlivable. Number 20, the shadow enters. Are we being possessed by shadowy forces without even knowing it? Posted on Blah Blah's channel in January of 2022. This scary video is trending in the Arabic-speaking YouTube community. The footage shows a woman walking a dirt path along a hillside overlooking a city. She is carrying a bag and she's alone. As the cameraman follows a short way behind, a mysterious and barely visible dark figure comes toward the woman on the path. The shadow figure runs right at the woman, but she doesn't notice it and continues on her way. Did the spirit possess her? Well, this captured our imaginations. As it turns out, after doing some research, I found the video is VFX produced by YouTuber Dark3. Still, the image will prompt you to look over your shoulder the next time you think you're alone. You never know what's behind you until it's too late. Number 19,
Fake.
March Air Force Base. Is this Air Force Base haunted? NBC4 News tried to find out. This night vision video was captured inside an old medical building at the California base. The base has long been rumored to be home to paranormal activity. From knocks to figures appearing in one's peripherals, many who work there have substantiated these claims. The video appears to confirm that something unusual is happening at March Air Force Base. The footage shows what appears to be a large empty room, but when slowed down, two figures are lurking in the darkness. The shapes in the shadows
Ser ut som två små barn. Där.
certainly appear human. Some in the comments claim to have been stationed there and or visited the base and attest to the creepiness of the place. They even share some of their own paranormal experiences.
141, we have seatbelts that move. We've picked up voices in it by using recorders.
You ready? Is that Gus?
Perhaps these ghosts are enacting them. Number 18, driveway ghost. Are there spirits at play here or just pranksters? Published in November of 2018, this security camera footage shows some suspicious activity in this man's driveway. A man is seen walking to his driveway's gate at around 1 in the morning. As he opens the gate and steps out, a chair that is sitting about 10 feet away flies off the handle, making the man jump out of there. Another dude is seen racing out of the driveway as well. Another short clip shows the man organizing and stacking items in a storage room. As he does, the door suddenly closes. Again, he jumps up, clearly scared. Are these strange events paranormal? Or is some jokester playing pranks on this innocent person? I'm siding with the paranormal option for this one. It might be time to call an exorcist. Number 17, they're here. A bolt lock can't keep the paranormal out. Published by Dark Ghost Paranormal in April of 2021. This is a true house of horrors. As Russian paranormal investigator Dennis looks around the unsettling home, something appears to let itself in.
What? Whoa! Fuck. Oh, what?
Dennis backs off and shuts the door behind him, but that doesn't stop the unwelcome guest.
Ja, det där ljudet av dörren.
After verifying that there's no one there, Dennis returns to his investigation. Close by, he hears a loud knock.
Oh, jäklar.
Later, the wardrobe drawers open on their own.
What?
And what looks like newspaper is shoved up from one of them. Then the
What?
wardrobe doors open one at a time. The second one repeatedly swings open and shut. Dennis walks toward it and there's nothing inside, yet it continues to open and close. This occurs for several minutes. Later, he hears a noise. A bunch of racket draws him to this cupboard. It sounds like all the dishes inside are jumping around. Opening the cupboard doors, he finds nothing out of place. He then hears another noise and finds a bag moving as it hangs on the wall, like there's an animal trapped inside of it.
What?
He takes the bag from its hook and opens it, but again, there's nothing inside. When he puts it back down on the bed, it continues to move. What is inhabiting this haunted home? Whatever it is, it let itself in. Number 16. I see you. When you speak with a ghost, they just might answer. Published by Jorge Tello in August of 2019. A security guard was working in what looks like a hotel in London when he heard this sound. The guard is seen walking into the stairwell, asking what's there. He then re-enters the hallway, and as he's walking down it, he hears the wailing again.
Who's there?
What?
After asking again who's there, this creepy
Lät som sa help me va? Väldigt creepy röst.
rasping voice answers. At first, the voice is incomprehensible, but then it clearly says, I see you.
Who's there? Wavy.
What is watching the security guard? I don't think it could be anything good. Number 15. Rituals, levitation, animal skulls, fire. This one has everything. These paranormal investigators have met their match. While looking around a ritualistic site, they come across this pentagram drawn on the wall. Nearby, rocks and candles are arranged. Alongside what looks like a black chopped off ponytail, there's a burnt animal skull posted up at the center of the pentagram. Later, the light from their camera shuts off. When it turns back on, a body has risen in the air and hangs there limply.
What?
It's one of their crew members, and a moment later, he is found collapsed on the floor and unconscious. They check his pulse and manage to shake him awake. He stumbles up, clearly rattled. Not long after, a fire starts on the ground in the room. They don't know how it started. Is there some evil entity haunting these howled grounds? Brought to life by the rituals done here. Only Satan can answer.
Alltså den här videon ger en vibbar om att det är fake. Att det är effekt bara. På det sättet han vaknar dessutom. Det känns inte som att det där är något äkta. Jag tror det är fake i alla fall.
After that, number 14, Figure in the Night. This ghostly figure is the Thief of Souls, published by Land on TV in November of 2021. This man encountered an obscure figure lurking on an empty road at night. After wandering through a quiet village in the late hours, the man spies the silent figure in the darkness. He walks in another direction but soon sees the figure again. As he yells at the shadowy figure, it moves away into the darkness.
Det kan ju vara vad som helst. Det kan vara ett trä eller någonting.
لا تأخذ سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض
Så dålig kvalitet.
الله أكبر ما زال يشفع عند
Later, it seems he spies the figure up in the trees, either having climbed it or perhaps even hovering in the air.
الله أكبر سبحان الله الله أكبر
What does this thing want? I'm guessing his soul. Number 13, Shadow Figure. The shadows are coming for you. Published by ILM and Bono Paranormal in July of 2021. This creepy clip shows you are never as alone as you think. A man is walking through an abandoned building and his camera scans the room. Look carefully in the window pane. A shadow figure passes by, outlined against the glass. It's unclear if the figure is outside walking past or inside being reflected.
För mig har sett det där klippet tidigare faktiskt. Jag känner igen det.
But all I do know is the cameraman has company. If I were him, I'd be getting out of there ASAP. Number 12, The Light. Some souls darken the doorways of haunted homes. Others grow as bright as they lived. Published by Sajid Hussein in August of 2021. This Nest cam caught an unusual anomaly on the...
Det där är en fluga. Med all säkerhet är det en fluga. Jag är ganska säker på att det är en fluga på kameran bara.
This dark street at night. The video shows a vibrant figure glowing in the yard opposite the camera. The bright figure appears to be moving. It radiates well still for a moment before moving in a flash to a position about a foot away. The light then dims before glowing brightly again. It then enters into the street, glowing and spreading like fire. Throughout this, at times it looks like one entity and at other times two. At the end of the clip, the light subsides and disappears altogether. Where did
Eller kanske en spindel. Något att ta då.
the spirit go? Maybe this is the moment it crossed over. Number 11, Level 5 Poltergeist. Published by Tim Morozov in December of 2021. The paranormal investigator enters the most haunted of houses and encounters one of the most dangerous Level 5 poltergeists he's ever faced off with. In the video, Tim draws a circle in chalk on the floor in the living room. Cameras are set up all around. He asks the spirits in the home to move things. After a time, something triggers one of his paranormal devices.
Okay. What?
The thermal imaging camera shows a great white orb floating in the vicinity. The orb passes by him where it hovers over the Ouija board.
Dömt. Ouija boards. Är det klyftet att hålla på med? Inte speciellt kanske.
The planchette starts to spaz out all over the board. It doesn't seem to be spelling anything, it's just going berserk. The light then floats out of frame. After this, several items in the room float into the air.
What? Ja, fast...
The light reappears and then seems to brush past Tim, knocking him to the floor. It comes back and knocks him again.
Do you want to make $1,000 today and then $1,000 a day? Every day? You will only need 5 minutes.
Is this the most aggressive poltergeist you've ever seen? Tim left with his life.
Bara det där på det sättet den har lyfts upp och dingla. Säger mig att det är ett snöre. Likadant med bord eller stolen eller pallen och det lilla bordet.
This time, but next time he might not be so lucky. Number...
Och sen att lägga till den där effekten glitch. Det är för att få bort det där. Just som ska se ut som att det är ett snöre. Ganska säker. Jag tror det är fake.
10. Strange lights. There needs to be an explanation for these strange lights. Posted to the r/ghosts subreddit. Paleontologist Key 440 captured the security footage in his backyard. He writes that the property has been super active since they moved there in 2016. And this footage is from May of 2021, which must mean these types of occurrences are nothing new. The footage shows lights hovering and flashing, first to the left of the frame, and then on both sides simultaneously. Some in the comments think they're fireworks, but one user remarked that there is no smoke. What do you think it is? extraterrestrial or paranormal? I don't think either option is very ideal. Number 9, Patrick Taylor Cottage. Built in 1832, the Patrick Taylor Cottage is the most haunted and oldest house in Western Australia. Poltergeist activity has been reported every September, and some claim to have seen an apparition in military uniform with an arm sling. Many think the apparition is Major Frederick Ingoldby, a former tenant who passed away in the home in September of 1942. But why does he still haunt the place? Published by Amy's Crypt in January of 2022, Amy went to find out after the Albany Historical Society allowed her in after hours to investigate. The first activity is subtle, a light tap and a slight boom to see if these investigators are awake.
I heard that also.
Yeah, just had a little tap in here. To anyone around this device?
After warming up their paranormal devices, a clock chiming sound is heard through the device.
That sounded like a clock.
It did it not?
Yeah.
There's a grandfather clock in the room. When they ask about the clock, they hear a light tap again.
I want to know about this clock.
Ooh, I heard that. That definitely came from in that room, huh?
They also hear footsteps and a knock.
I hear footsteps.
Dockan där.
I did hear a knock in there.
Although the sounds are always distant, like the spirit is avoiding them. Where is this reticent spirit? Is the Major trying to make his presence known while keeping these intruders at arm's length? Number 8, Witch House. The Terror al Extremo crew wanders the abandoned grounds of this haunted witch's house. In the middle of a forest, they hear a shrill shriek.
Whoa!
While it could be human, it could also be harmless. It sounds like a bird call, but shortly after, a figure that they capture in a window seems to suggest otherwise. Are the legends true? Is this the witch that's said to haunt this place? I'm starting to think that it wasn't a bird. Number 7, Hotel Colorado.
Tyckte det där såg ut som en helt vanlig person som gick in. Det var det säkert också.
This is one of the world's most haunted hotels. It was a naval hospital during the 40s and once housed a morgue. Some of its most infamous guests never left. Published by Kelsey Davies in January of 2022, this paranormal investigator and her mom visited the haunted hotel. This is what they found. Kelsey first hears a child's voice as she's wandering the empty hall.
Hi, Kimmy.
Ooh.
I just heard a little kid.
They continue to explore and hear more unexplained noises. After setting up a paranormal device, it starts to go off. They use copper dowsing rods to ask the spirits questions. They discover that one is named Lorraine. A short while later, Kelsey asks the young girl she's speaking with to trigger the device, and she does.
Device go off? Oh my god.
They then enter a creepy hallway, and using a Connect app on the phone, they see a figure standing there. Later, she says she saw a man standing by the door out of the corner of her eye, one that she's seen before in the hotel.
You can communicate with anyone. No negative entities, please. Oh my god, I just saw a man. There's a man down here. I think it's the same one.
And then the nearby paranormal device goes off. Is this ghost getting nearer? Here's hoping this spirit isn't stalking her. Number 6.
Varför filmar hon sig själv för om hon ser en man? Vrider man inte på kameran istället? Och visa. Det är vad jag tycker.
Caught on doorbell cam. Posted to the r/Chills Narrator subreddit. Nick Chocolate 19 posted 2 videos from the same night on a doorbell cam. The Redditor writes, on January 10th, 2022 at approximately 9 p.m. that night.
Såg min egen skugga, ögonvrån.
Night,
Fan.
my family noticed something weird on the doorbell camera. The orb-like item kept coming into view and setting off the security alerts all night long. Any idea what this could have been? An orb can be seen floating on the right-hand side, and it doesn't appear to be going anywhere. The Redditor posted a second video writing, I posted a video yesterday about an orb on my doorbell cam. I'm posting another video because I want to show it couldn't be something like a helicopter. This is from 6:08 a.m. It did this all
Men det lyser ju här uppe också. Gör det. Frågan är vad fasen det kan vara för något.
all night from 9 p.m. The fact that the orb was visible all night makes it less likely that it's just a camera glitch in my opinion. What do you think this is? Number 5. Bowling
Jag tror kameraglitch också faktiskt.
Alley Light, Put on Your Bowling Shoes, published by Joe MC in June of 2021. A mysterious bright light is roaming the lanes of this bowling alley. The light is seen hovering distantly into a lane to the far left for a minute, before shooting to the right. The twinkling light pauses for a moment in one lane before shooting left again. It hovers there and flies about a minute.
Laserpekare. Tror jag kanske kan vara, sa det.
Minute more before the clip ends. What is this strange light? Is it the soul of a bowling enthusiast? If it is, I hope he gets a strike. Number 4. Cranberry juice. It's midnight. Everyone's asleep except for this ghost, published by The Haunted One in August of 2020. This short clip shows a thirsty ghost having a nightcap. Watch closely as the bottle on the counter moves ever so slightly on its own. It slides from the middle of the island to the very edge. Is this ghost about to smash some glass, or is he just playing mind games? Either way, I definitely think this place is haunted. Number 3. Nest Cam Ghost. Some ghosts just want a little attention. This one apparently isn't getting enough. Published by Jeff Miller in April of 2018. Watch closely as this ghost takes his revenge in this family's kitchen. Something flies off the wall shortly into the video that the uploader says is a picture. Having heard the disturbance, the home's resident enters the frame, heading into the kitchen. Did he come face to face with his ghost roommate? Unlikely, but maybe he should take the hint. The roommate wants the house to himself. Number 2. Ghost Drift. A phantom drifts past, never to be seen or heard from again. Published by Tammy Jackson in December of 2019. This Ring camera footage captured something incredibly eerie in this person's yard. The footage shows a pale, full-bodied figure drifting across the yard. No features are discernible. It then appears to vanish. That's when the motion-activated lights on the garage are triggered. They shine brightly, casting light all across the yard, but there's nothing there. A house light also appears to be triggered, but still nothing else appears in the yard. Do ghosts trigger motion sensors? If not a ghost, who is this? I guess we'll never know for sure. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Photogenic poltergeist. Some people think photographs capture the soul. Maybe this soul didn't want to be captured. Published by Dark Life in June of 2021. This poltergeist isn't playing around. While snapping photos in this haunted room, Russian paranormal investigator Dennis hears a rustling that he says sounds like it's coming from the basement. As he continues to take pictures, a massive wardrobe to his right is pushed over onto the ground. He leaves the room, and when he goes to re-enter it, he hears some strange sparking noises while standing in the doorway. The sounds stop. He looks around, asks who is there, but no one answers. Still, he appears to sense something watching him. Is Dennis alone here, or are the spirits all around him? If you're alone right now, grab a buddy, because these are 30 scary videos you should not watch on your own.
Så, mina damer och herrar, det var tisdagsvideon. Hoppas ni gillar den. Var väl inte jättecreepy, men det var bitvis i alla fall. Så det var kul. Glöm inte bort, gå in och gilla. Dela videon. Prenumerera också så ni inte missar nästa video jag lägger ut. Vilket är på torsdag klockan 19:00. I övrigt, ha en fortsatt trevlig vecka fram till på torsdag, så ses vi då. Ha det gott. Hej då.